the sales athlete framework, right? Like this is so important because I think when you have like proper frameworks to think about your career development, it goes a long way. So let's first talk about like the mindset, right? Just like being an athlete, like you are a free agent when you're stepping into this high ticket sales space, right? Like that's why, in my personal opinion, like having people like recruiters or I've tossed around the word power brokers before, which are just like key connectors to like the right rooms, or even just like friends who can connect you with the right people is so important. Is because just like an NBA player who's like a new free agent, you're gonna have to do some networking around here to get you in the right rooms and get you in the right offers, right? So this is that piece is one core mindset that I haven't talked about in past videos, but it's like in the beginning, you gotta view yourself as an athlete that's a free agent and you're trying to get on a great team, right? You're trying to get on, you're trying to get on the Denver Nuggets, or you're trying to get on, the back in the day before the dynasty is dying, but the Golden State Warriors, right? So you have this mindset of being a free agent, and that is both freeing and terrifying for people at the same time. Because what happens is, when you're not used to how to navigate what I call this like Wild West frontier that is the online sales space, you're going to get lost. You're going to get lost in the desert. And worst case scenario, you don't get any water, you don't get a killer offer, and you just give up and die. And then you go back to corporate, right? So there's a mindset of like, you got to like get in the right rooms. You got to shake the right hands. You are a free agent. You got to go and talk to recruiters. You got to know the right people to talk to. You got to get in the right groups. Maybe you even have to pay for a group to get in the right room so they can connect you with the business owners that they're connected with, right? So that's number one, having the mindset of being an athlete who is a free agent in this space in the beginning. But then number two is once you do become a signed on, player of a team, aka a sales team, you gotta properly like crush it. So that's where the real work starts. The real work doesn't start when you get the offer, you join the team. The real work starts when you're in practice. You're the young buck, or you're the new guy that's trying to get a spot in the starting lineup. So a lot of people have this bad mindset where, oh, I've gotten this offer, great, I can just like rest on my laurels, or I don't have to go super crazy. I've done it, I've made it. It's like, nope, that's just where the work starts, my friend. Right? So just like tryouts or earning a spot on the team, if you're a free agent, is you want to absolutely crush it that first 30 days. So when you're onboarding on a new offer, you're like tackling this thing with like tenacity. You are trying to gain maybe not even a spot in the starting lineup yet, but you're just trying to gain a spot on the team. Because you know what happens to free agents, Matt, when they don't perform on an NBA team? They get kicked out. They go back to the G League. And that's what happens with a lot of remote sales pros is they don't crush it. They totally fumble onboarding, or they don't know how to work through and make a good first impression, and they just go throw them back to the G League, or they get thrown as a free agent again, and they got to find another offer. So your first 30 days is like, think about it as your tryouts or your auditions, right? And then from there, you ramped up. Maybe you made it past the first 30 days. Now you got to earn a spot in the starting five. You're trying to be maybe the top point guard or the top center on your team, right? So what's really important for us is we come from a position where it's like, all right, cool. I've reserved my spot on this team. Now it's time for me to actually go out there and like ramp up, get some sales, get some W's, maybe hit that game-winning shot, truly earn your stripes. And so, we talked about my framework of like practice, review, recovery, implementation. We talked about that in the past training and past videos. I'm not going to go super crazy into that, but I want to think about the career as a sales professional over the long term. And once you've earned a starting spot on your team, let's say maybe the team you're on is maybe an 8th seed or a 10th seed. Now, once you've proven yourself on that team, you can start looking at other teams to try to recruit you, right? Maybe like you're the next up and coming LeBron James and you're trying to go from Cleveland to Miami, right? And you're trying to get to that next higher caliber team, whatever it might be. So my recommendation is you at least spend a year ideally on a team that's really good, work up the ranks, maybe go from a setter to a closer or an SDR to an account executive, earn your stripes, get some good accolades, get some good achievements, and then start applying for your next higher level team, right? And then from there, hit your goals. So that's really the three phases I think of when I'm thinking about the career as a sales athlete. Is like you're a free agent, you made the team, you've made the tryouts, and then you've gone ahead and you actually go out there and crush it for the current team, look for another team and a different offer that's a better fit for your next level of identity, and then you go win, right? So that's really how I kind of think about the sales athlete as a career